My name is Jeff Pierce, and I'm a licensed massage therapist. I work here at ELC York as a whole health partner. I'm going to show you some self-care techniques with massage, and hopefully it will help alleviate some stress during the day and discomfort. We're going to start off with some simple hand massage and moving into the forearms. And I will show you some fairly easy techniques to use on your shoulders, your deltoids, and your traps to relieve some stress. And we'll see about doing some simple massage techniques to the back of the neck and the base of the skull. Without further ado, we'll get started. With your hand, you can just start very easy between the pointer finger and the thumb right there in that meaty area. You can just make some circles. And then bring it over to your palm. You want to just do some nice, easy circular motions. And you want to go up to the tips of the finger. And when you get to the tips of the finger, just take your other hand, you just squeeze that into that finger, the pad and the nail, and just sort of give it a nice firm squeeze, nothing crazy. And then just ease your way back. Do that again. These techniques work when you do them 2 to 3 times. And come to the end, squeeze, and just ease your way back. Nice and easy. You can do circular motions, or you can just plant your finger and go in a circular motion. Come back. And you can work your way down. This is a different technique, but you could just thumb walk your way down like this. This technique we use in reflexology. It's called thumb walking. Just want to share with you a few different techniques. Then as your hand will get tired sometimes, you just make a fist and release, make a fist and release. And then you can also even start at the end and work your way back if that's something you want to do. Just work your way down the palm of the hand and then turn around and you can work your way back. And when you're done, you can just take your hands, put them together like this, and do a hand stretch and press, and then grab right here and just give it a nice firm palm to palm, or you can do as light or as firm as you want to do, and then come to the top. Just increase that blood circulation, that flow. And then you can segue right into your arm. You can go on the outside of your arm and just take and do some squeezing, also known as kneading, right up to the elbow. You'll feel a groove in there between the muscle and the bone, and you can just squeeze up in there to relieve any tension on the outside. And then on the front of the arm, and just work your way up, right along in the middle. Just do thumb walking again. And then when you get to your elbow, right below your elbow, usually in this part of the forearm, you'll have a trigger point or a tense area. And you just want to squeeze and just move around a little bit. Because in these instances, when you're by yourself, the easiest way to do this is just squeezing yourself. Squeeze your arm for 10 to 15 seconds and release. And you'll feel with your thumb, if it hurts or if you have a tight trigger point, you find that trigger point, and then you take your whole hand and just squeeze, and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then release. And then you can do that again. Squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then release. And if you still feel that you have a trigger point or that muscle is really extremely tight, you can just come in there and squeeze one more time and count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then release. Now, this time, if it still is giving you a problem, you probably need to get a hold of a provider or a professional and let them know that you've got some serious issues in your forearm. But usually, you can take care of these yourself. All you have to do is just grab that arm and squeeze, and that'll release some tension there. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other hand. You can do thumb walking like this, right up there to that pinky. And then when you get to the end, just squeeze. Not real hard. And release. And then come back down to the pad. And just work your way up on the outside of the hand. Just make nice circle motion. You can do it as gently as you want to, because the more gently you do this, you're increasing blood flow, but you're also taking care of your other hand. The little more pressure you put with your other hand, the other hand is liable to cramp up on you. So do what is comfortable. You can alternate between thumb walking and the circular motion. And as you're working from the base of your hand to the tips of your fingers, if you encounter a tense spot or trigger point, you might just want to sit there for a moment and maybe just dig into it a little bit. Just put a little pressure on there, and again, hold it for approximately 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then release. And then you can come back to that point and count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, release. Now, if you come in there and start massaging and that trigger point or that tense muscle has released, then you can move on. But if it has not, then come in there and do it one more time. Just put nice even pressure on that point and count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then release. And then continue to work your way up to your finger, to the end, and then squeeze. And then come back down, and then do it again. And again, those you can do thumb walking, which is just putting your thumb in there and then walk it up and put it in. Then release, walk it up, put it down. And then just keep skin to skin contact at all times. But you can release the pressure, move up, and then press. That's thumb walking. But then you can also do your circular motions. Nice and easy. Very purposeful circular motions. Then when you're working on the thumb, you can come in here and you can do several different aspects. You can come this way, or you can do your thumb this way, your other thumb. And you can work up your thumb like that, or you can work up your thumb like this with the whole hand. And just really give that thumb a nice workout. Take your index finger and just work that muscle in that thumb, and then get up to the pad and get that pad in the fingernail, a good little pinch like this, and then just release down and give your hands a good squeeze. Pretty much like you were washing them, really trying to get some that wouldn't come off. You just give it a nice squeeze like that and rub the top. And then you do your forearm the same way we did the other one. You just want to work up the middle of the forearm there, down the groove to the elbow, and right in here, you'll feel the trigger point. 9 times out of 10, there's a trigger point right in between the muscles in there where there's a tendon. And you don't want to dig that thumb in because it'll just cause some discomfort. So you just squeeze and release, squeeze and release. And you can come up right along the outside of the arm, really work the edge of that muscle with your fingertips all the way down to your wrist. And at the time you're working this with your fingertips, you're actually squeezing the top of your arm with your palm of your hand. So you're actually getting the bottom and the top of your forearm at the same time. Really get in there and release any tension in forearms. And when you get done, you just take and do some circular motions on top of your arm with your hand, and then on the bottom. Just do some nice circular motions just to increase the blood flow. And again, if you run into an issue that you can't get by, a trigger point or something that just won't release, talk to a professional. Talk to your doctor about that. You might have some other underlying condition going on that you might have to talk to a provider about. So there's hand and forearm massage. And we'll see. I've got to work on trying to get a camera to the back of the neck. And but that's hand and forearm. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.